Hold on. You're coming in. I'm running behind. Go ahead and say hi. Oh my God, you are so fast. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am excellent. Let me just tell you, my first client was having a really hard time getting her. She had a new laptop and she could not get
Oh,
anything to work. So I sat there for 10 minutes. So that's why I'm running behind right now. So I
it's
apologize on that.
okay. I had
I just, what happened? Tell me.
oh I had to switch some settings around on my computer, and so now I don't have sound come in, but I can. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, well, can you hear me? You can hear me okay though, right?
Yeah, I'm on my
Okay.
iPad, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, that works. Okay. I just want to let you know one more thing before we get started. Um, you may hear a woo in the background. My mic is really good at like doing noise canceling, but I literally have a compactor putting in a driveway like 40 feet away,
Of
and
course.
they can't stop. And so if you hear something, I apologize on my behalf. It is extremely hard to channel. I went out there, I was like, honey, I said, I can't do this. He says, Amy, this is the only day. And I'm like, oh my God. So it will be a good session. I just want to let you know though what's happening in
Okay.
the background if you hear something. So this is gonna like totally test my ability. So let me tell you how this works. Oh, hold on. Oh, that's an interesting feeling. My last session was very sad. You feel zesty. Um, hold on. I know we're going to touch over a lot of things going on in your life, but let me tell you how this works. So number one, it's just me. I'm going to be staring off into nothing for a second. I'm kind of getting what you feel like, what your area feels like, because everybody feels different. When they talk and they come through, how do they do this? Well, they're here already. We're essentially spirit in a body in the spirit world. We just don't realize that we're communicating with them all the time. When they talk in four different ways. Or four, not three. The first way is that they give me a bunch of signs and symbols. They may show me something like a grapefruit. That means that they're from Florida, stuff like that. And so I'll go through and I'll put all these symbols together and speak it into English. The next thing is that they will talk in feelings. This is actually how they talk to you as well. So they may give me a feeling of what it was like when I took my dad off life support. So I would say, did you take somebody off life support? Or a feeling of eating chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream on a Friday. And I would say, did you do that as well? You know, it can be light, it can be dark. The next thing is that they will try to talk by putting me in a situation that could have happened to you or them or will happen to you by taking my own personal memories and realigning them. Now, they can't tell me everything. Essentially they cannot tell me things that I haven't seen or experienced before. So if you ask me a question on like, oh, my uncle died in Saudi Arabia, what did the area he looked like in where he died? I've never been to Saudi Arabia. I have no idea. I'd be like palm trees, sand, camels. I don't know, so because I haven't seen it, I won't be able to get it.
Okay.
But that's also my job to like watch a lot of documentaries and videos. And so they do pull that stuff up that way. And the last thing is they will talk in words. Sometimes I will come in and I'll be like, who's Grace? And you'll be like, oh, that's my grandchild. That's what happened yesterday. So just
Yeah.
cool little things. Ask me anything you want. I'm here. I'm yours. And just forget the blank stare. I'm just going into my brain. So when you see me do like that or something, that's
It's
what's
okay.
happening. You get it. There is a
Yeah.
female around you, like, because there's like a light. Now, is that a guide or is that a family member? I don't know yet. Hold on. Why? I don't know what you do, but at some point you should definitely work for yourself, but have like a partner with you and like a group to work for yourself, not like just you. You need another
Yeah.
person that's like a part of this team for some reason. And I think it's because if it's just you must have a lot of Taurus underneath you somewhere. We'll have to go look at that. Or I don't know if it's Capricorn, it's one or the other. But you you could get hung up on like the little bitty details and it's like you want to be able to see the big picture. So you need like somebody else to like balance you, which you're really good at that. I don't know. You have like a feeling of like perfectionism at the same time as too, which is good.
Uh-huh.
But a lot of times too, though, you will shoot
Very
yourself
much.
in your foot. Uh-huh. You'll shoot yourself in the foot before you get out of the gate. So therefore it stops you from doing anything. So I want you to like kick that in its ass and let that go and then just like start the ball rolling. There's an odd feeling of and I don't know if you do this. This is just how I'm feeling. Okay. But there's this odd feeling of how you would be really good in like healthcare administration or in healthcare or like, but not like going out and being a nurse, but like going out and being the people behind the scenes that like make it better or like drive down cost or like figure out how to have better end of life care. Not the nurse
Girl,
and the doctor itself. Yeah, like coming in and grabbing
I
it and saying, we're gonna
am.
fucking change it. Shut up. Are you?
I
What do
am.
you do?
Girl, oh my God, this is wild already. Okay.
I love it. Isn't it fun?
I am an ER nurse. I am fed up with how patients are treated. I actually had a
Mhm.
whole situation this weekend. Come on, come on.
Oh, there you go. Bring up.
Yep. I had a situation this weekend that has just like pissed me off beyond belief, but
Yeah.
I just graduated with my psych mental health nurse practitioner degree. And my mentor, my preceptor mentor now, she's actually in the process of starting her own healing center with one of her, yes, and she wants me to come on board. Integrative and
Hmm.
functional. So
Mm.
changing. And I have had all these ideas on my plate of how we are going to take on healthcare. Us three
Uh-huh.
is wild.
Yes,
That is wild.
absolutely.
Like
Isn't it wild?
I literally
Oh,
have this sitting right next to me.
yes. Yeah, because they're talking about it. They're talking about, so when
Yeah.
they see things, they see it from the top down. And so
Yeah.
they can see what will, what was, what is right now. And then they talk about like we have three different paths we can go on at any given time. So you have the highest version of you, the middle version, which kind of like leaves you feeling stagnant. And you have the lowest version, which makes you feel like you're moving backwards. So essentially the highest version of you, you need to go this route because that's what they talk about.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Now,
wild.
the other thing, just FYI, I know the FYI, when you're doing, mm, and this is not saying that you don't freaking do it, but this is a stepping stone into something else. I like that you're thinking about going in with this other woman. I think that is great. But I think that in the long run, just because there's like maybe a familiarity or somebody getting too comfortable, that you will start getting fed up with how she, like the little undertones. It's not like anybody's going to come up and smack you in your face, but you'll be like, "Hmm." Don't be afraid to like step out of your own and do something different at that point.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Okay.
it's a good thing. That's a building block to what you will need next. And then at that point, my God, hold on. Oh, can she do that? How do you get there? So somebody just went through and they're talking about you even, oh, what does that mean? Sorry, the things that they give you, it's like they're like, say this, and you're like, but how does this work? They even put in my brain of like maybe you're gonna end up meeting another character in your life, like we have this woman right now, that is going to put you in the way of managing or helping like vets or veterans that deal with like shell shock and all that shit. Sorry, that's a 1910s thing, but I'm going to call
No,
it that. What is that?
that's I have been looking at also going
Mm.
to like the VA to maybe possibly start because they're on their like startup. So they're trying to get the
Uh-huh.
ball rolling with all of their stuff.
Hmm.
But I've been looking at the VA to get started and to help pay off my loans. But also
Huh?
I have a brother-in-law who was literally blown up overseas in the military. And so that's kind of been like a
Yes.
driving force as well.
Oh my God, but he's alive still?
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I read them
Only,
all when they're dead.
yeah, no, he's still alive. But he like his only injury from it was he has loss of hearing. Of course, a traumatic brain injury, but like
Yeah.
living life.
Yeah.
Still, yeah. But
Oh
I'm
my
trying to
God.
think. Yeah, yeah. That's and then I've also been toying. Gosh, you're so good. I have been toying with the idea of enlisting reserves.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But hold on, before my ego says yes. Ooh, if you do that, I like it because it will give you a perspective and it will give you an inside perspective that will lead you to bigger things down the line for this, and more respect in this field and in this area. If you don't do it, it will build up quicker. I like you with the VA. I like you even going outside down the line as you see all the bullshit, kind of like bringing it out and creating your own sector. But that will happen quicker. But if you go in reserves, yes, it may take a little bit longer for that to happen, but you're going to have a much more firm foothold in it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's going to make you feel like, oh my God, I'm a couple years behind. But with those couple of years, it's going to build up more of a rapport and a padding instead of like this false wall. So I would say do it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I have a 4-year-old. And so I'm kind of like,
Great.
how do I iron this out? Like, because I'll have to do all the things. She'll have to stay with my parents. Her dad's not in the
Yeah,
picture. So we'll like,
it's okay.
but yeah, very much like, yeah.
I think you should. I think you should absolutely. And while we're here, hold on. I want to look at your chart real quick. I want to see where your Taurus and your Aries is, because that is what's going on over here. So I will tell you mine if you tell me yours. So my birthday is November 7th of 88. When is yours?
June 12th of 90.
Happy late
Thank
birthday.
you.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then I was born in Houston, Texas. What about you?
Jasper, Indiana.
Oh, I like that. I have never been to the Indiana before, but I need to go. Hang on. You're like, there's nothing there.
It's really not anything.
It's okay. There's
trees.
there you go. And hold on, let me look real quick. Yes. Yes, you need to go. Absolutely. So you're very funny. Your sun sign, your outer personality is in Gemini. What the hell does that mean? Quirky, fun, indecisive, all at the same time. Communication is key. So anything in social media, speaking out, talking, adversary psychology, anything like that. Your moon, your actual emotional side is in Aquarius, which means that you got the shit beaten out of you emotionally from a very young age, or like men or somebody tried to take your happiness and you had to find your light. And now you're at the point in your life where you're like, no, fuck all you guys. I'm going to go do me. This is great.
Yep.
Okay. Keep going that route, because what happens is that nobody will take your happiness more seriously than yourself. And because you, for a long time, try to find happiness in making other people happy, and that doesn't work out because they end up screwing you over. And so now you're in the age of screw you guys, and I like that. Now, does that mean that you'll never be in a relationship or like a hardcore one again? No, I think you will. I think it'll be very, very good, but it's after you've made, or like, you know, like a hardcore long-term one, it's after you've made these big waves, because then you're meeting somebody on like an equal playing field and not having them bring you up or bring them down or bring, you know what I'm saying? Like from on different levels. The other thing too is that your love sign, how you want to be loved and how you give love in return, is in Taurus. So that's what that is. This also means it is your job to make things stable for other people. So mentally stable, physically stable, all the same thing. This also means too, until you find your calling, which is where you're going right now, you will try to make that in your relationship. So you will take on everybody else's problems and say, no, I got it, I got it. And then you collapse, and the person looks at you while you're collapsing and says, why can't you get up? Here's another problem. And you say, okay. Okay.
Yep.
So you got to give them the middle finger. The next thing though with this is when you're a Taurus in this placement, it means that owning your own business or having your own thing is key. Okay. And you will be the CEO, you will be it all. But you will also be like this beautiful conductor of this entire thing. And it's all about mental, right? So psychology is key. The other thing with this is you have a thing called a Mars. It's your masculine side. So yours is an Aries. And so anything that you do is going to be to the extreme. And also you need a lot of competition. So I have this placement as well. I wanted to go military. I didn't go military because I didn't have one kidney and they wouldn't let me in, but I wanted to. I wanted to fly helicopters and like all that jazz.
Yeah.
So like this is a great thing for you. This also means too that when you date, like if you date men, until you realize the full value of yourself and how strong you are, you will try to look for that in somebody else, because you want something that's equal and you want to be able to look up to them. But until you find that synergy within you, you're always going to find somebody that looks like they have it, but they're actually not. And the reason why they get with you is because you are actually very stable. You actually have the fire. So they come in and they're like, ooh, I like this. And then you're like, why did you turn into a pussy ass bitch? And because that's what happens. Okay.
Yep.
So you have to walk away from that. The other thing too is that your Jupiter, how you gain your luck in life, your superpower, and the highest vibration of you is actually in Cancer. So anything in medical you need to do, anything in helping, anything in like mothering the earth and people and making sure that they're okay. But then we go in there and we add this in. So it's like you are helping people and caring for them and mothering them on a mental way to help them get better and find stability. So that's how we read your chart. That is the whole thing. The other thing with this is that your North Node, which is what your soul is trying to become, essentially, as you go through all of these life experiences, what are you trying to become? Well, you're trying to become an Aquarius. So all you were trying to do is figure out what makes you emotionally happy and satisfied for your whole life. That's it. Okay. So what makes you happy? And normally you don't sit down and you look at yourself because you're looking at everybody else. So take the time to understand what makes you happy. And at that point, you find enlightenment and happiness and everything goes fine. There you go. That's
Oh my God.
your thumbprint of your life. Okay.
Yep. That's it.
Yep, that's it. The other thing too is how interesting. And you're not married right now though, right?
Absolutely
Not
not.
to
No.
this one. That's okay. That's good. I go like this. They said, so I'm on my second marriage because I have that Aries and that placement as well. So I get you. I like this one though. And I think you end up getting married to a guy with a full on, it's not a bad beard, but it's like think of the guy from Jurassic Park that is like birthing the dinosaur, like with a white beard or whatever it is. Um, I think you get married to a colleague or somebody that like has like a doctorate or something like that because they keep putting glasses and like white beard. Now, obviously not right now. I think you get into a pretty good relationship. I think they're going to be about 10, 11, or 12 years older than you, like your senior. And they are going to have gray hair, and that's okay. Or they grow up to having gray hair like that, but they're very smart. And it's almost like you go, oh, I really like Dan. And like Dan for me sounds so boring, but he's comfortable and he's good and he makes you laugh. And you go to dinner and you have cocktails and you eat it good and they like your daughter and he respects boundaries and you like go to Hawaii or like just right like that. That's the way it feels
Yeah.
like. And it doesn't necessarily feel like this big like sexual chemistry, but it feels like, oh, it's like, how when you see couples that have been married for 50 years and they're like holding
Yeah.
hands in the park, like that's what this
Mhm.
feels like. And so I
Just
want to let you
comfortable
know,
and fun.
yeah, and it will happen. But I think they're going to be probably 12 to 15 years older than you. And I think that relationship happens when your kid is probably, I think you may meet them when they're like 16,
Mhm.
17. So it's quite a few years in the future. But then it ends up working out really well because they're talking about your child being 20. And how like they're getting them a gift for like their 21st birthday or whatever this is, like making a big deal about it. So yeah, but it's after you've gone through all this professional development and after you start talking to all these people. And yeah, I think you end up meeting them as a colleague or at like a work thing or a function. I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, it looks
Yeah.
good.
Good.
Uh-huh.
Good.
And who? Who? Oh, who are you? This woman is back again. She's very chatty. Who are you? Hold on. She what? I don't know. Glenda. Glenn? What are you talking about? Hold on. Is your mm, is your dad's mother crossed?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. And your there's a man that is with her. Now I don't know if that is her husband or is your mother's father crossed?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because they're coming in from separate angles, boop, 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 like that. And that means that they're not married, because they come in together. And dad's mother is just like, oh, I'm here. I'm always here. I'm like, oh my God, how are you? And she's talking about, I guess, how much she loves and cares for you, which is really, really cool. And why? Oh, she says, aren't goodbyes terrible? I go, yes, they are, but it's not goodbye. And she only sees you as a younger girl. So have you like not seen her for like 10 years?
Probably close to it.
Probably it's okay. Oh, look at your puppy. She's like, why are you doing this? She goes like this. She says, oh, tell her I love her, that I followed her. I said, what do you mean? And she says, oh, she's grown up. And I go, yeah. And she says that, tell me. Oh, she has a picture of you in shorts. Why are you in shorts? Um, like that. What? So would you go and hang out at her house a lot or something when you were like 16 or like 15? Or like was that a thing? Or would you
Um,
drive up to go see them?
I would, yeah, I would drive to see her when I was when I had just got my license. I would take her to
When you
doctor's
just got.
appointments and stuff. But
Oh, okay. Sorry, she
yeah.
has a car and she has you in shorts and like a tank top, and you're just like, but you have car keys. And she's talking about when you're like this young teenager or whatever, you're like
Mhm.
driving up to see her, driving up to get her.
Yeah.
And she says, like, thank you for that. And why? Hold on. Oh my God. Who? Who? And do you know if her husband had passed like many years before her? Like many, many years? Okay. I said, so where was your husband at? What's up? She says, he left me. I go, oh, why? Did he like leave? And she says, no, he died. I go, oh, okay. And I said, how long ago? She goes, many, many, many years. And
Yeah.
she says that, why? So she moved. She lived in Indiana as well.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you know if he worked for like a plant out there or something?
He was a truck driver for,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, she keeps showing me heavy machinery and she keeps showing me like people leaving and unloading and offloading stuff. And I'm like, oh, what is that? And then she's showing me like cornfields. And I go, okay, so they're up there. And she says that, tell me why. Well, she's the one putting these ideas in your head, which is really good. And we're gonna go back to that lady that you're talking about. I would like you to go and talk about, man, you have two different paths right now. Are you trying to give it one more year before you go reserves?
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a process because I have to lose weight. I was looking at requirements and stuff. So it'll be of a couple of things I have to do before.
Yeah. Okay. That's okay. I said, when is she going to sign up? What's up? And she says, oh, in the meantime, she can go and work with this lady or she can go and like look into that. And I said, oh, I said, well, why? I said, what happened to reserve? She says, that's going to take about a year. I go, oh, okay. Or like a little bit longer. And she says, go do that. So it's like in the meantime. And I think if you decide to do that, why? Oh, oh, hold on. Why? But you're gonna try to go Army reserves?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
My dad. Okay. She goes like this. I said, there's a whole conversation going on in my brain, by the way. I go, so what about her? I said, so what is she gonna go? Where is she gonna be stationed at? And I said, are they gonna go to Lackland? Because my family was all Air Force. And she goes, no, no, it's not Lackland. I said, why? And then she put Army Strong. Do, 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 do. And I go, oh, okay, okay, fine. And she says that's where she's gonna go. I go, all right, well, I will tell her about that. I said, I think it's a great idea. Sorry, my microphone's being weird. And why? Yeah, I think you can do it. I think it's a good idea. Please push yourself to go do that. Like she'll take care of the kids. And oh, has your dad, or I don't know if this is her, if this is your dad, if this is you, if this is mom, has somebody had issues with their vocal cords or like something going on with their throat?
Thyroid.
Thyroid. Oh, yeah, right here. Oh, okay. Who's that?
My mom is okay, so my mom, hey, sit. He's
Okay. Yeah, it's because we're channeling.
he never ever ever comes up by me. So I know
Mhm.
I know he's
He's
feeling things.
feeling.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Um so my mom was an alcoholic and then she had a health scare about a year ago and so she got sober and now that she's sober she's having these symptoms and they're related to her thyroid but nobody's wanting to treat this thyroid and it's very classically and we talk about it pretty often pretty often we talk
Okay.
about her thyroid.
She goes like this and she says, oh, and tell them I know about that. And I go, oh, okay. And she keeps touching me right here. And she says, like, I see that. So I would say push forward a little bit more.
Mhm.
And why? She needs to fix her diet, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she said. I said, so what about her? I said, what are they going to do? She says, well, you know what? The first thing she needs to do, she needs to fix her diet. And I go, oh, okay. I'll yell at her about that. That's how it sounded. And she says that, tell me, oh my God, are they? Seven what? July? Or are you talking about when the kid is 7? Um, what is 7? Does 7 have to do anything with you, or like the number 7? That's so random. I have no idea. Unless she's talking about when your kid is 7, that is when you go reserves, or something, or it's gonna take a little bit, or maybe when you're out and when there's 7. 7 is a big deal. I don't know why. Or maybe it happens in July of next year. Maybe it happens in July of next year because that's 7. So we'll keep that back there. And tell me, what about her now? Hold on. She just loves you. She's like your guide. She says, oh, just tell her I love her. Tell her I'm around. Tell her I'm here. I go, oh, okay. And why? Why not? So did you not get to see her when she crossed?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, she says, poor girl didn't get to see me when I died. And I go, what? And she says, but that's how it sounds like music in my head. And she says, but you got to see her at like the funeral, or you got to see
Mhm.
her at like the service. Yeah, she's talking about that. And she says, I was there for both. And she says, like, I love her. She knows about it. And she's always with you. She's like in your little back pocket.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can feel it.
Yeah, because she loves you. Yeah, she's the one that was telling me all that information, by the way, about what's
Yeah.
happening with you. Hmm.
I have no doubt she's, oh my gosh,
I know.
she lived
I know.
across from us for the longest
Oh.
time. And then mom and dad bought her house and she moved. And so she lived about 20 minutes from us. But yeah, she and I were very close.
Hmm. Yeah, she's your boo boo.
Yeah.
Your
And
boo
then
boo.
seeing her sick was really hard on me. So I didn't see her as much as I wanted to.
I gotcha. Let it go.
Yeah.
She's not mad. Okay. She loves you. She knows it's hard on you. She hears all that. She gets it. Okay. And so let that go and just enjoy your lives. This is what I want you to do, because I do have to run to my next session. Otherwise, they're going to get mad at me. Your session is cool. Thank you for letting me read you. You're a badass. I hope this gave you so much confirmation on all the things that you're thinking about. Like, if
Yeah.
I was you, I would be like, we're going to start it today. But that's like the Aries thing, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't want you to lose your fire. I want you to realize that everything that you're worried about will work out. Just let it go. Okay. Don't get worried too much about the kid. That will be fine. It's only for what, 8 weeks. They will be great. Your mom's not dying. Your dad's not going anywhere. Your family is fine. And you're gonna end up getting married to like some sort of professor of archaeology or something down the line that we have to figure out, that I think has a very simple name like Bill or Dan or like something like that that shows up. I'm gonna say a D name like Dan or Daniel. I don't know why. Okay.
Okay.
And then if you need me or if you have any questions, just email me. Okay.
Well, thank you so
Okay.
much.
You're welcome. I love you.
Bye.